What's up, world? This your boy Tommy Mav, and I came to speak. Basically, I made a video, and for some reason it never uploaded, and I couldn't really tell you why. But mostly, the thing I wanted to get out or talk about today was the discussion. People are getting very they're starting to get very scared and concerned about the Lakers. I'm really not. I think, but when LeBron came back, I think he was more trying to test out if he was ready to go, more so than he being ready to go. I think once he realized he couldn't explode, like I said, once again, my video from 2 days ago never uploaded. I thought it was my video, but it ended up being a video I recorded the day before. Most of you who saw the video probably realized I put up the same video twice, but for some reason it didn't record, so I'll say it again. LeBron James, if you saw that game, you could clearly see LeBron James couldn't explode off of his foot. He couldn't jump. He couldn't cut. He just didn't look like LeBron James. Now, because he's so talented, he still was able to get like 18. You know what I'm saying? 8 and like 6. He still did a good job, but he's not LeBron without his explosion. So clearly, I figured like, you know, LeBron just doesn't look like LeBron. Like, I was looking at it like the same thing I was thinking about with Kevin Durant when everybody was saying like, well, you know, how long Kevin Durant will be out? People think small term because that's not their body. So if LeBron James happens to get have ligament damage because he rushes back from a high ankle sprain, half of the people that are rushing him back, they don't care. They're like, oh, he had a great career, whatever, he's done. But LeBron James wants to play until his son gets there. So more than likely, he doesn't want to just be running through. You know, he's 36 years old. He doesn't want to be risking, you know, like Kobe did, a ruptured Achilles or anything of that nature. So I think he's smart. Take your time. Come back when you're ready. Don't rush it, because he didn't look like LeBron in any of those games. But I'm glad that he did try to come back so that people saw that he's not. Because if he just stayed out this long, majority of people would have thought he's just milking the injury or that he's just scared to try it. But you can clearly see he wasn't the same LeBron when he came back. So it gave more people a chance to be like, okay, so he really is still hampered by this thing. You know, he needs a little more time. But I'm not worried about the Lakers. The defense is still the top defense in the league, or top 5 defense in the league. That's what you need. LeBron and AD can come back and give them the points they need. I think Drummond's going to be a lot better with LeBron than he is without a point guard right now. But I think he's a lot better with LeBron and Schroeder than he will be without it, because you have to respect Schroeder, you have to respect LeBron, and you have to respect AD, which is going to give him more one-on-ones in a post, which he doesn't get a lot of now. But first and foremost, they got to start hitting outside shots. Teams understand the way to beat the Lakers is just pack the paint, force them to give them resistance at the rim, and without LeBron, they really can't do anything. AD, they just double him every time he gets the ball, and tries to forces the ball out of his hand, and no one else can beat anybody. But I think with LeBron back, AD gets more one-on-ones, because LeBron is just going to torch people, and I think he'll be fine. I think offensively, when you've played as long as AD and LeBron have played together, you can get in your stuff. Drummond, I think Drummond's going to at least take an offseason and try to figure out where he fits, because he really does, as I said before, he doesn't, if he's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, just manning the paint like he did in Cleveland or Detroit, he's going to have to learn to be on the perimeter, and he's going to have to learn to put the ball on the ground, because he heavily takes away from AD when he just stands under the rim. He heavily takes away from the Lakers in general when he just stands under the rim. So people wonder why when it was out, I said I would rather them go get someone like DeMarcus Cousins than someone like Andre Drummond. And now people will see what I'm talking about. DeMarcus Cousins has played with AD. He knows how to play off AD. He shoots the three. I thought he would have been a way better pickup for them than Drummond was. And everybody thought I was hating on Drummond. Oh, you saying Drummond? I'm not saying Drummond sucks. I'm saying Drummond is limited. He's very, very limited, and I don't think people understand. I don't criticize people for how what I want to be the truth. I criticize people about what the actual pieces are, and I said that. I analyze how pieces fit, and I thought Drummond would be a great defensive presence. I thought he'd be good at rebounding, but right now he's lost because LeBron is not there. So now it's AD heavy, and unless you're like DeMarcus Cousins, who can go out and be a significant threat at the three-point line, you really don't help AD, right? With LeBron, the guy's more of a chance, more of a threat in the pick and roll. With Schroeder, he's more of a threat in the pick and roll, right? He's had his shining with Dennis Schroeder. He can't, and that's limited too, because Schroeder can't really throw over when they face him. He can't really. He's not that tall. He's not LeBron. He's not 6'8". LeBron can throw over people. You know what I'm saying? Schroeder can't. So Schroeder's situation is not great for him too. Like I said, it depends on the team they're playing. If he gets a team with a smaller guard, he can throw over and he can be effective. But without LeBron, he's useless right now. Without a point guard, he's extremely useless. So that's what I was saying. I don't know why people took it so personal, but I was just saying that I don't think Drummond fit. I don't think Drummond was versatile enough to really impact the team that much. But I think with the playoffs and LeBron coming back, I think they are going to be a formidable front court with him, AD. Because when AD's shot starts falling, like it was last night against the Blazers, now it opens it up for Drummond to be down in the post, and so teams can't close out on AD as much, and AD is going to have a lot of those open 10 to 16 footers he was shooting last night. So I understand that that AD is still coming back. He's still a little rusty, but he's getting his feet under him and he's starting to play well over his last couple games. So AD, I never really worried about AD. AD was fine. AD's game is predicated a lot on being in the post. That people are yelling he's injury prone. I don't think he's injury prone. None of these guys are injury prone. The problem with this situation is these guys are playing almost 150 games, 150 to 160, 70 games in a 2-year span. In a year and a half span. They're playing a lot of games mashed in together. This is not baseball. Baseball, it don't really take much. Most of them standing around 90% of the game. So they can play 2 games in one day. They ain't doing shit in most of the games. They just standing around unless someone gets a hit. And when they do get a hit, it's very minimal movement. 1 or 2 people are moving when the ball gets hit. Baseball, if you take the ball away from baseball, I'd be damn near standing around watching people hit. So baseball is, people who keep on, baseball players play double. Dude, you don't even try to compare baseball to basketball. It's not even in the same realm. In basketball, you run it up and down. There's collisions. There's changing directions. There's all. It's not even close. But basketball does. I'm saying? That doesn't make the man injury prone. It just makes him a person who has to get used to playing. All these guys have got. Dame was hurt. You know what I'm saying? All these guys are getting hurt every other week, or having to deal with COVID or something. You know what I mean? So people need to chill on the calling AD injury prone. You know what I'm saying? The guy has played over 170 some games in a year and a half. So people need to chill on that. I think it's just stupid to try to throw the guy out there and try to act like he's somehow, you know what I'm saying, injury prone now because everybody in the league's getting hurt. You know, I don't know one star this year who hasn't been injured, not one. So I mean, Ja Morant got hurt. I mean, think of every team. The star on that team ended up getting hurt. So I don't know why AD is getting such a bag because his back's bad. He was doing the same thing last year, but now because they need him, people mad. It's like, no, he was having those same back spasms last season. It's a part of this is a part of AD. That's one of the things he always dealt with. But for the most part, AD is very dependable, especially in the playoffs. I think AD them are wrapping up for the playoff. They realize right now that they got to make a good home stretch so they can end up tying with the Trailblazers, and they can rest up for a week and then get back out and try to compete in the playoffs. They're not getting that 5 seed, but it doesn't matter anyway. Whether you 5 seed or 6 seed, you're still starting out on the road, and it really doesn't make much of a difference. If you're 5 seed, they might end up having to play the Clippers. I really don't see that as a big deal. They're not stopping. I'm gonna say this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna, foreshadow to people who are delusional enough to believe the Clippers don't have a big man. If you think Zubac is gonna stop Drummond, if you think Zubac is gonna stop Drummond, AD, and LeBron, then you're crazy. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. So you have to there has to be an understanding of where people are. I think what the thing that people don't understand when you're dealing with big men is that just because someone's tall doesn't make them versatile, and just because somebody is versatile, it doesn't make them able to stop every big man. Zubac is good at challenging people at the rim. He's not good at coming out. He's not going to be able to guard AD. Drummond is a huge beast in the post. He's not going to be able to guard either one of those guys. So I think when it comes down to the overall idea of what of the Clippers being some huge thing I don't think that they're going to be they are a good matchup for the Lakers. They're just not big enough. Serge Ibaka cannot guard Andre Drummond in the post. Now, maybe he can make it hard on him in the offense side, but it's not like his Serge Ibaka's three-point goal shooting comes and goes. Yeah, I know people want to point out, well, the Clippers are shooting like 40-some% from the three, and you can miss me with that. I mean, it's easy to shoot that when in a regular season. If you look at numbers across the board, they drop in the playoffs. You know why? Because you're playing harder teams. So yeah, you can say, well, they did it better than most in the. Well, we all know Paul George is a very good player in the regular season. He's not that good in the postseason. Why? Because he's playing better defenses. It's not like Paul George chooses to play worse. He's playing defenses that can throw more bodies at him. That can because most of the time they're in the playoffs because they're good teams. They're gonna throw more play. Quiet as the Clippers have not been playing well. They've been dealing with some of the same junk that Lakers have been dealing with. Injuries, rotational problems, guys missing games because it's just in a condensed season in the midst of a quick turnaround. So all of them are dealing with that. So, that's that. Only team I really see that needs to get better, and I don't think they need to get that much better, is the Nets. The Nets defensively are porous. I mean, it's like an open door. Like, anytime somebody wants to score on them, they score on them. They are not, I said it before, they're not going to be able to stop Giannis. They're not going to be able to stop Joel Embiid. And Kyrie Irving doing his crazy thing, which I'll talk about in a separate video. I talked about it already, but my video didn't upload, so I didn't get to do it. So I don't want to try to condense it into this small little video. But I just wanted to come and give an update on what I feel about the Lakers. I think the Lakers will be fine. I mean, I think the chemistry that AD and LeBron got, they've already got. Now it's just about getting Drummond acclimated, which I think will be a lot easier because LeBron is going to be able to, because you saw in that game when LeBron came back, Drummond was missing a lot of bunnies, but LeBron gave him 4 or 5 easy scores. LeBron going to be getting that man at least 10 points a game, more than what he's got, and I think off of just rebounding, he'll get another 6 or 7. So I think he'll be averaging around 17, probably 10 and 17 and 10, about 3 blocks. I think Drummond will do a lot better with LeBron than he's been. But please comment. Let me know what y'all think. Comment if you haven't comment. Thumbs it up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. All right, y'all. Peace.